Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Deep Dive, a podcast series by S38 Studios. We will be going behind the curtain with inspiring personalities that have turned their passion into purpose. My name is Mariam Jafar Khan, and today we have with us a very special guest. Somebody who's truly self-made and has worked consistently and extremely hard to get to where they are today. A photographer turned influencer and a household name for many, Waliya Najib.
That was sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you
here.
for having me.
I know what a busy schedule you have, and it means a lot that you took
I'm
the
just
time
a full-time
out.
mom. Other than that, I am.
That is a full-time job.
No, when you called me, I was like, I have to go. I was so excited. So thank you for calling me, babe.
Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. So, many of our viewers will have followed your journey from the time that you were a wedding photographer to your current stardom as an influencer, and then your personal milestones along the way. Mashallah, your marriage and your baby. But let's take it right back to the beginning. So, when did you start photography, and how did you begin developing your skills?
Okay, so because you know me other than just this, right? I think my family mein photography wasn't like a I think बहुत common सी normal सी चीज़ थी for us also, for you guys also. So I saw my dad taking pictures always. We have albums full of
Same.
मेरी कम है because मैं तीसरी बेटी हूँ तो मेरे तक थोड़ा शौक कम था. But I think it was just a very normal thing in our house. Funny story, by the way. So at Amna Appa and Atta Bhai's shadi, your mom and dad, I was probably like, I want to say less than 10 years old. And I took this photo, right? And I had my digicam and I was walking around. And I took this photo of them and everybody loved that picture. And my dad would talk about it like years later. And my mom still remembers it. The other day I told her I'm going. So she was like, oh, you have to tell her that. I was like, yeah. So I guess it was just always a thing. When it became professional was when I think Natalia, when she moved to the States and she became a professional photographer, was when I was like, oh,
This
you
is
can do
something I
this
can do.
professionally. So yeah, I think that's where it started. What was the year? Like 2011? Long time ago. So, but it came very naturally. It was just, yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember my dada also, he used to have his old camera and then he used to have
Yeah.
those long films.
Yes, and your
negatives.
farm पे there's photos everywhere, right? So I think वो ऐसा नहीं था कि हम कुछ बड़ा कुछ different कर रहे हैं. It was just it came very
It came
हाँ,
naturally.
It came very naturally. Yeah.
Okay. So, Boy, a lot of people first knew you as a photographer, and at least at a time in your life, it seemed like a center point. So how come it became something that you eventually stepped away from, and do you ever think of going back to it?
Do I think of going back to it? No. But do I miss it sometimes? Yes. But I think हर चीज़ का time होता है. I gave it a lot of years actually, like 5-6 years full time. I was doing photography. I was a full-time photographer. I did weddings. I did everything you could think of. When I finally, I truly believe आपके लिए जो चीज़ होनी होती है आपकी ज़िंदगी खुद ही उसी तरफ चली जाती है. I took a break. I was like, I just needed a break, with life.
Did you experience burnout, like after working
Yes,
for so many
actually.
years?
I remember it was wedding season. It was like December of
Hectic.
2018. And I was like, मुझे नहीं जाना, मुझे नहीं करना. And back in the day, I was just हम खुद ही फिगर आउट कर रहे होते थे. इतना आपको एक्सपोजर नहीं था. I didn't really know of other people जो इस तरह काम कर रहे होते. मुझे हर चीज़ खुद फिगर आउट करनी थी. So anyways, yeah, it was a burnout phase. And I was like, let's take a break and go back. And I took a break. मैंने वो जो projects चल रहे थे ongoing वो complete किए, ख़त्म किए. It's wedding season. You can't just bail. So I tried. And then I was like, you know what? I'll go back after a few months. During that time, I got... उस टाइम पे इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग शुरू हो रही थी पाकिस्तान में. सो some brands approached me, इधर उधर थोड़ा बहुत काम शुरू किया. And after a few months, COVID hit. And our lives changed anyway. So there was no going back. I was like, मैं सब देखते हैं. So I think मेरा टाइम था बस ख़त्म करने का.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on from photography. Okay. So for students like myself, students studying mass communication or media studies, we really want to know how we can build a professional portfolio and also develop our practical skills. So how would you advise us to do that, especially if we don't have industry connections?
यार मुझे तो लगता है तुम लोग बहुत स्मार्ट हो ऑलरेडी. यू गाइज आर बोर्न इन टू दिस राइट. सो आई गेस कुछ चीज़ें जो हमें बहुत मेहनत करके सीखनी पड़ रही थी बिकॉज हमारे ऊपर पता ही नहीं था किसी को. हमने तो वही इंजीनियर डॉक्टर नहीं बनो तो एवरीबडी यूज टू लुक एट यू लाइक यू नो ये क्या कर रहे हैं. सो फॉर यू गाइज आर ऑलरेडी ब्रिलियंट एंड आई डोंट वांट टू टेल यू गाइज व्हाट टू डू. आई फील लाइक यू गाइज नो it already. But one thing I see now is that हर किसी ने हर तरह की चीज़ देख ली है and the only thing that stands out is how authentic you are no matter what you do, right? आपका authentic self नज़र आ जाता है. तो
Especially with AI now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to replace so many
Yeah.
jobs, but then if you can really
Exactly.
show true human element, then that'll make a
yes,
difference.
I think that always stands out. Me also when I'm watching anything, for me बुरा अच्छा secondary हो गया है. It's more like is this person truly who he is or not is what stands out. So I think I think तुम लोग इसमें भी बहुत अच्छे हो because till मैं वो middle generation हूँ where ऊपर से थोड़ा सा वो था but हम ज़रा बिगड़ चुके थे. We were like हम you know we're gonna do whatever we want, but to you guys it comes naturally. Being who you are comes very naturally. So I think तुम लोग fit कर रहे हो जो भी कर रहे हो.
And for students who are completely lost or unsure about what they want to do, what would you say to them?
I think when you feel lost, you're actually just learning who you are. You're not actually losing yourself. And
So they should take the time.
yeah,
and
yeah.
it'll come when it's right.
It's very much part of the process. मुझे लगता है मैं तो बेहतर किसी चीज़ में हुई तब हूँ जब मैं थोड़ा lost feel की हूँ. So I think you just take it slow, take it one day at a time, keep doing whatever you think is right. And it, you know, life has a way of slowly, quietly opening what was actually meant to come for you. It'll come.
And it's kind of like what happened for you also when you felt like photography maybe wasn't your thing anymore.
Yeah.
You gave it some time, and then a whole new avenue opened
Yeah,
up.
who could imagine?
So-
Who could imagine? So yeah.
Every journey, and I'm sure yours as well, would have had its challenges and its fair share. So what has been the greatest challenge that you faced in your professional journey?
Greatest तो मैं नहीं बता सकती, मुझे नहीं पता. But influencer marketing, you're asking? I think the biggest challenge is always convincing brands. Always. It's been so many years, man. How many years has it been? And we're still finding ourselves fighting and explaining to them कि यार why are you hiring us? Why are you taking us on board? You know, all of that. It's been hard always. शुरू में थोड़ा और मुश्किल था because शुरू में they didn't really understand the difference between
The
us and
concept
like
was very
just
new.
celebrities and straight up ads. और वो लाते लाते अभी तक भी to be honest right now I am at a point where I'm like बस जिसने मेरे से ad बनवाना है I'm not gonna do it because it's been too many years of me trying to explain that we're not doing the same thing as what TVCs are, right? I think that would be the biggest challenge in
'Cause
influencer
As an
marketing.
influencer, your audience does trust you, and you need to have the autonomy to
Yeah.
to promote the product in your own way.
Yeah.
But of course, they have their own idea of what they
Yes.
want, and I don't think they
And
give
I'm
you.
fine with that, right?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But you need to trust that I know my audience most, right? I built it. They're here for me, not for your brand. So थोड़ा सा छोड़ना स्पेस के हर शॉट में आपका ब्रांड नहीं भी आए तो they're still gonna buy it. You know, small things like those. I think that has been the biggest challenge. But उसमें भी मेरे ख्याल से for them also it's उधर भी बहुत मसले हैं ना because जो बैठा आपसे बात कर रहा है उसको टॉप
Yep,
से
you have
आगे
to
ऑर्डर
answer to the
उसने कह
higher-ups.
दिया ब्रो
Yeah.
ये इसी तरह हो जाना है. So it's a big process but थोड़ा ज़्यादा लंबा हो गया. Yeah.
Something that I'm especially interested in knowing, inshallah, I'll also be a young woman going into the workforce.
Inshallah.
And of course, the world is, I think, a lot better now, alhamdulillah, than it used to be. But do you feel, especially when you started off as a photographer, that people didn't take you seriously because you were a woman? And if so, how did you push past the biases and the roadblocks?
Yeah, I really have to go down the, but yes, of course. शुरू में तो हाँ. So I can even remember right now a few shoots जिस पे मैं जाती थी and the guy at the shoot would be like ये क्या ही कर लेगी, you know. I could tell by the body language कि वो कह रहा है कि यार ये मेरी बीवी ने किसको हायर कर लिया, छोटी सी बच्ची आ गई है, क्या ही कर लेगी. But then I would remember my dad would always tell me कि यार you know when you walk into a room people should know you know what you're doing, right? It's not like कि आप कोई random आ गई हो, पता ही कुछ नहीं है and आपकी energy आपकी vibe यही कहना चाहती है. But of course you learn आप जगहों पे जाके करके ही, and then you have to trust that I know what I'm doing, which is why I'm hired. And if somebody doesn't think so, it does not matter. And eventually, I think eventually that stopped happening. And I was also more careful about who I'm going, where, what setting is this, do I feel safe there. मुझे इस तरह की चीज़ों का बहुत ख्याल रखना पड़ता था as a woman.
Moving on to influencing. What is your favorite part about it?
I think it's the connection. Again, it's like the human factor. It's that community that I've built over the years. It's also knowing that I've been here a long time, so people have seen all phases of me. So you build a community, you build a family. I
The
love
people that stick around, then you know that
Yes.
they know me and they connect with me.
Yes. It's also real stories. I watch people. I love looking at real people, real stories. So I love all of that. And the other thing I love is the freedom that it allows me to pick my schedule and the way I want to work, where I want to be present, what I want to do. I think I love that.
Nowadays, it does seem like an attractive job option to many, and some people just view it as a shortcut to fame and success. But what is the flip side that people don't normally see?
The pressure, the deadlines from brands, the brands you have to work with, even though you don't want to sometimes because it's a good payday. But then, it's because you've built this family, आपके ऊपर थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा responsibility है, because you don't want to be selling anything. You want के authentic आप फिर भी रहो,
That you
कैसे
genuinely
रहो.
back whatever you're
Yes.
promoting.
So all of that is pressure, and so it is hard. And then also to be in the public eye always can come with
Definitely,
yeah,
yes.
it can sometimes. And I think about that now. आजकल मेरा वो फेज है जब मैं और सोचती हूँ इस बारे में, because now I have Zaidan, and when I go places and people all with
Because
a
that's
lot
your
of love.
child and you must
That's
feel
my
so
child, I wanna
protective.
protect him.
And I think the majority of people are sweet.
No,
but
everybody's sweet. Everybody's sweet.
I don't, the internet is a scary
Yeah,
place,
the
'cause I
internet
see
is
comments sometimes and people don't even think. They just say whatever comes to their mind,
Yeah.
and sometimes they'll have no valid reason, but they'll just make a hate comment, or just some of them really really go out of bounds. So
Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
There are good days and bad days. I'm not gonna say कि बस मैंने सीख लिया है और अब भी मैं वो I think it's phase of life. It's how you're doing mentally also. Sometimes it won't affect me at all. Sometimes it
Sometimes
will.
it will.
But eventually I always come down to this कि देखो एक तो मसला ये भी मसला नहीं है, but the bigger following you have, obviously the more people are watching, right? And they all are from, you don't know कि उनका setting क्या है, what is their family background, where do they live, they can't relate to. So if they can't relate to me, then sure, they can say whatever. And I guess that's just उनको ये मिल गया एक स्पेस जहाँ उनको कोई नहीं रोक रहा कुछ भी बोलने से. So hopefully लोगों में भी ये responsibility आए. But I do feel कि हमेशा हमसे ही या anybody online उससे responsibility मांगी जाती है, right? But what about the audience की responsibility?
Exactly.
You watch what you want to watch. Don't watch somebody you don't like, But yeah, it can affect you still.
Do you have any tips for building thicker skin? Like, if you're going to be, because we have, again, a lot of mass comm students, people who want to put themselves out there, but they may be scared of people judging them and maybe not reacting positively to the content that they're putting out. And, especially as a beginner, it's really hard because you're going to be bad at the start. You have to be bad so that you can work on it and improve and become
But
better.
देखो, bad is so subjective. It is so like, उसको बुरा लगा, उसको अच्छा लगा.
True.
तो, bad for who? When people say, oh, मुझे उसका content कितना cringe है, I'm like, bro, but people are watching, right?
Yeah.
If it's cringe for you, it's not for a lot of people.
So
Don't
you'll
watch
find
it.
your right audience. Just be
Yeah.
authentic. is the
Yeah, and
advice.
know that there will be somebody who relates to you, right? You're making this for them. सबके लिए तो मैं नहीं बना रही ना. But I can't tell you anything for thicker skin because मेरे भी अच्छे दिन होते हैं, बुरे दिन होते हैं. Some days I'm just like, इसका क्या
It's
मतलब है?
fine.
Fizan's telling me कि नहीं यार देखो कुछ नहीं होता. And then some days I'm telling him कि यार easy हो जाओ, कुछ नहीं होता.
So it's great
But-
like you can lean on each other when you need it.
Some days वो भी नहीं समझ
Yeah.
So, but I guess you just learn once you're in it. But ये है एक aspect which will always stay probably with social media.
In your content creation journey, what is something that you've put out or produced that you're the most proud of?
I can never answer these.
It
I
doesn't
can
have to be
genuinely
the
not
most
answer.
something, it can be even a couple of things that you're proud of.
So the thing with me is that once I post a video, so before I post it, I watch it like a million times, okay? Once I post
Once
it,
it's
I
out, then it's
can
like,
never watch it again.
this belongs to the universe now.
Yeah, I'm like, I can. If मेरे साथ बैठ के मेरे दोस्त भी देख रहे होते हैं, I'm like, I can't watch it. I don't know, man. I'm so sorry. I can't answer that.
No worries. Was there in your life one particular moment where you felt, oh my god, I've made it?
Okay, so I think ये वाली feeling is more like earlier on because you're looking for that validation कि यार कब से मैं मेहनत कर रही हूँ, you know, when am I gonna get that moment? So one thing I remember is, so I didn't go to college, I didn't go to university, right? जो भी उसके reasons थे, I think it was for the best because मैं इतनी अच्छी student नहीं थी. But you know, मेरी बहनें बहुत like फाइक रही हैं हमेशा, and I'm sure मेरे ख़ानदान वाले कहते होंगे ये तो क्या ही कर लेगी ये छोटी वाली. So even though I never really cared, but so once I had started photography and a few years in, I was invited to LUMS once for a talk, and then I was invited to NUST. I came a few times. I went to GIK for a workshop. Yeah, वो जब मैं GIK गई थी ना, and even when I came to NUST, and my Nana Jan, he was so proud, Mariam. He was like, he could not stop talking about it. हमारे घर जो आता था ना, वो कहते थे, आपको पता है मेरी जो बेटी है ना, वो अपने से बड़े बच्चों को पढ़ा के आई है. So that for me was a moment that यार सही है, you know, I didn't take the route जो आपको लगता है कि इस तरह ही, but I did something and it worked, and they're proud of me and they're so happy. I think that was a moment जो मुझे याद रहा है अभी तक. But Allah's been so kind to me. I've gotten more than I thought I could ever imagine कि मुझे इतना मिलेगा. But I think that moment will always stay. Yeah.
That's very sweet, especially because you know the time that they came from, and of course, like you said, they must have had their ideas of okay,
Yeah.
like what is this non-conventional career path,
Exactly.
and will it work out? Does she know what she's
Exactly.
doing? But for them to acknowledge your hard work and that is paid off, that must have
Yes.
meant a lot.
And you know, I've been very lucky that way because बाकी दूर के लोगों ने जो भी कहा, but my personally, like, because मेरे नाना नानी मेरे साथ रहते थे and my mom, they've always been such a huge support to me. Even to this day, my mom talks about me as if मैं तो मेरे से बड़ा तो अच्छा इंसान like कोई है ही नहीं, you know, like she. And I'm so thankful for that every day because
Just having a strong support system,
Yeah,
and then you
she-
can feel like you can do anything.
yeah, कभी वो ज़्यादा बोल देती है, लोगों के पास जाकर मुझे रोकना पड़ रहा होता है कि अम्मा इतना नहीं मैंने किया, प्लीज़ थोड़ा कम बोलें. But my nana also, you know, he would end पे तो, you know, you remember when he wouldn't even remember a lot, right? But he would remember this. कोई आ जाता था ना, मेरे से कोई बातचीत होती थी कि अच्छा आपको नहीं पता ये जो है ना, I was like Nana please. But that was so sweet, it'll always stay. Yeah.
When I was researching for this interview, I found a couple of clips from about 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And from that time, mashallah, you've gotten married, you've had a baby. How do you feel that you have changed? And has becoming a mother changed your perspectives on life?
It has changed me completely. Having a baby has changed me in ways I could not imagine. But a lot of good changes too. मैं बहुत ही एक nonchalant, super unorganized, you know, we'll see कब सोएं, कब उठें, कुछ पता नहीं, इधर चले जाओ, which was great for the time. Honestly, I enjoyed my life to the max. But I think that is probably why I enjoy being a mom so much, is because मुझे कोई FOMO नहीं रहा. I'm just like, क्या ही करना रह गया था जिंदगी में, you know, so I enjoy it so much.
It's important to see both sides
Yes,
of
it
life.
is.
Yeah.
It is. So, but being a mom has changed me because मुझे लगता था मैं बहुत chill इंसान हूँ, ठीक है? I thought.
You're always like
But
the
I'm
cool,
not.
chill, like, you know.
I thought. But having a child has brought out मेरा अंदर का कोई crazy, paranoid इंसान where I'm just like, is he okay? What's happening? Where is he? And also it truly changes your perspective towards life. It truly does. Like, I really don't care about anything else that much. You know, you think इतनी बड़ी big deal होगी कि मैं आज ये पहन के कहीं चली जाऊंगी. I don't care, bro. I don't care about those things anymore. But I think phase of life, I think it'll come back right now because Allah Mia gives you this child and you're supposed to take care of it. So
24/7.
but I enjoy it a lot. But it has changed me in every possible way.
I just thought of a question I meant to ask earlier when we were talking about influencing. It was, do you feel that your background as a photographer played a role in your skill as an influencer?
I would like to hope so. But you know, Mariam, everything's always changing, right? I think my what would you call, like मेरा जो शौक है photos लेने का, that has helped. But my style has evolved throughout. I would like to hope that it helped me. But I think abhi tak I'm always trying to learn new ways. You get bored of your own ways. जब मैं photographer थी, for that time it was great, right? But I don't think I take photos like that anymore.
No.
But जो मेरा शौक है, my way of like looking at moments or looking at life or wanting to capture a certain thing that's going
That's something
around,
that
that has helped me. Yes, yeah. And I think that became more of storytelling, right? So जो
And
मैं
that's
as a
really important when
Yes,
being an influencer.
yes.
Yeah.
So जो मैं as a photographer clients के लिए करती थी, वो I think I look at everything as how I want to tell this story. So yeah.
So you can see even like your own life and events that are happening from like a bird's eye view of like,
Yeah.
if I was a viewer, what would I want to see?
Yeah. So I think उस तरह से help किया होगा मुझे. Yeah.
Let's have some light-hearted questions
Okay,
now.
let's do it.
What is a fashion trend that you love?
I'm not a fashion girly in this phase of my life, but I really love that everybody's doing whatever the hell they want to do and it's working. I love that. I think अब वो जो एक strict से rules होते थे वो खत्म हुआ है
What's
ना.
in and what's not and all of that.
Everything's in. It's really about how you kind of. It's more about what are you comfortable with. So I love that. I love that.
You should come to S3H again one day just to see all the girls' outfits. Everyone looks so cool.
I
Like every day when I
know.
come in, I'm like, whoa.
Right?
Like everybody should be in a magazine, honestly.
Yeah, I love that. I love how people are so edgy and, you know, they do crazy
And
stuff.
I love
and
seeing people express themselves.
Yes.
Like you said, that there's no thing of like what's trendy or not
Exactly.
anymore. Everyone, like you can
it's this way
you
of
can gauge
expression.
their personality by like the way that they're presenting
yes,
themselves.
I love that.
Which
I
is
love
pretty
that.
cool. Yeah. Alrighty. And what is a fashion trend that you dislike and you wish that it disappears?
यार वो जो Samba's की sandal version what do you call that thing? Whatever that thing is. I don't know. You never know. थोड़े time बाद मुझे पसंद आया होगा. Right now I'm like क्यों? क्यों है ये? I love Sambas and then they made that version out of it, but that I don't like. That I don't like at all.
What is your opinion on skinny jeans?
I hate them. I despise them.
Understandable. Yeah, that's something we need to leave in the early 2000s.
We do. Girl, we've been wearing them till like 2010. Oh my god. पता नहीं घुसते कैसे थे उनमें और निकलते कैसे थे.
I did find some pictures when I was scrolling your account. I was
I'm
like, that
sure
is
there
so
were tons.
2016 to like 2018 era.
Gee,
But
oof,
yeah.
yeah. Thank God they're out. They were uncomfortable, man. Why were we wearing them?
What is your favorite movie?
Okay, I have not seen a movie in a really long time, but I just rewatched Game of Thrones.
Whoa.
And I was reminded that it will always be my most favorite show of all time. So, most favorite show.
Were
Game of
you?
Thrones.
I haven't watched it personally, but a lot of people were really disappointed with the finale.
Oh,
Do
it's
you-
the best show with the worst
Okay.
ending. It is, but I'd still say it's.
I think
the
I
best
will have to watch it sometime because one of our teachers keeps referencing it as an example in class.
Yeah.
It just hit, who's watched this, and like 2 people put their hands
show.
up.
Really?
Yes.
No, you guys should
So-
definitely because तुम लोग तो creative लोग हो तो फिर तो for
Yeah,
sure.
it's one of the
because
staples, which is
the
why
storytelling is insane. मैं थोड़ी ज़्यादा जज्बाती हूँ because I just rewatched it, right? So मैं थोड़ा ज़्यादा excited हुई हूँ
No,
उसके
but it was
बारे में,
literally our case study on character development and landscape
no
development.
better character
all
development
of it.
in any show that I've seen. It is unbelievable. It's really good.
I'll definitely give it a watch then.
Yeah.
What is a song that you're listening to non-stop these days?
I think just Hassan Rahim's Dil Ke Parde, Puri album all the time. I was also listening to that Baby, where the hell is my husband?
I love that song. It's so
was
good. I
thinking
love
it
that
so
song.
long. And it's so funny because my husband's like around me and I'm like,
He's right.
baby, where the hell is my husband?
Right here.
He's like, babe. But yeah, I think I was listening. Zizu and I are vibing a lot to Chanel. So he keeps telling me, jao, Google ko phir se bolo lagaye. So yeah, but those are just because they're trending, so we just listen to them. But I think Hassan Rahim. I love Pakistani music scene these days. I think it's so good. It's so good.
I saw your
Thanks.
recent videos, Ki, like you're not about the minimalist aesthetic anymore and
Yeah.
maximalism.
It is. Yeah, I think it's always. It was a moment of realization where I was like we try so hard to run from who we truly are, and as people, as Pakistanis, as our culture and all of that, we're so loud, we're so vibrant, we're so colorful. How can we run away from that? We can't. And I think it was that moment where I realized these things, that the color came back into my life. I think interior is one of the things that I really love in this phase of my life. So I'm gonna do more about that. Yeah.
Interior designer, the next phase.
I don't think I'm gonna
Interior
become
design.
but I'll do stuff on that. Maybe more content on that.
Yeah.
I have a project plan, which I don't know. I'll tell you वैसे.
Okay.
But
That'd be cool.
so I think
Maybe
that's
like
my
a-
calling right now. Yeah, I love homes. I love creating spaces. I'm very lucky because I am that home where everybody kind of gets together and we chill, and it's just what we do every day. It's like Monica's house in Friends. So I love making those spaces. But then because we chill there together so much, और हम सब थोड़े बोर हो जाते हैं, so then I kind of
she
want to
keeps
change it
switching
up.
up.
I kind of want to change it up all the time. So but I am friends with a lot of, like, we're all creators, we're all artists, we're all, so जब वो beige वाला phase चल रहा था ना, तो हम connect नहीं कर पा रहे थे,
Beige
तो
mom,
हम wouldn't feel like we're at home. We're like, क्या हो रहा है? Now I can see that they love being there, I love being there. I think Zizou kind of brought that change in my life because उससे पहले लोग मुझे कहते थे कि अच्छा आपका बच्चा आएगा तो आपका तो घर इतना white और beige, and I used to be like,
Oh my
bro, like,
god.
but now it's certainly not that. I think Zizou का कमरा ही सबसे ज़्यादा neutral है. बाकी मेरा पूरा घर is super colorful.
What is a random niche that you love exploring online?
यार आजकल मैं क्या देख रही हूँ online? You know, it's crazy how the algo works. Oh my god. What am I watching? I'm watching Zizou's... खैर ये तो कुछ नया नहीं हुआ, but I'm making Zizou watch football goals. I was like, Faizan, look what you've done to us.
No, future
so I
star.
was showing him, yeah.
Ronaldo in the
so
making.
Hopefully, I don't know, because yes, he loves cricket too, so you never know.
Oh my god, that would be the, oh my god, if
That'd be
as,
so
as a
sad for
footballer,
my
if my
husband.
kid loved cricket, my heart would be broken. I'd be like, no.
No, man, we're
I'm
gonna let them
sorry.
do whatever
you
they
got
want to
switched
do.
at birth. Yes, of course. Like on a
Yeah.
genuine level, yes, but like dil mein thoda sa.
But he loves, like, he's obsessed with Messi. He's obsessed with Pele. I don't know
Messi,
if any of you know football, but like Pele is like the OG, like greatest player of all time. I had no idea until I got him a book about Pele, and I was like, who the hell is Pele? And apparently Pele is like बहुत ही सबसे कोई OG player. So आजकल मैं मेरा एल्गो में ये चल रहा है. I was like, फजान ये क्या अजीब कोई goals चल रहे होते हैं. What else do I watch? Just man, the algo is crazy. It'll show you मैं जिन दिनों थोड़ा interior में आती हूँ, interior आ जाता है. Usually it's a lot of mom stuff. I'm so tired of the mom stuff. मैं जल्दी से आगे करती हूँ.
Like I have
मैं नहीं देखना.
experienced this in its full extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like आगे करो.
You have, mashallah, in the last couple of years accomplished a lot. But what is something that you still haven't ticked off your bucket list?
Accomplishment wise, I don't know, but I'll tell you what I want to do. जो मेरी bucket list पे रहा है. So I'm a tennis fan. I like to watch tennis, not play. But like मुझे Wimbledon देखने जाना
Yes.
था. और Nadal और Federer चले गए हैं, so I don't know, but still, hopefully, maybe
Yeah.
I'll still go watch Alcaraz or something. But yeah, that's been on my
The
bucket
new
list.
generation.
Wimbledon ना भी तो, you know, maybe French Open or something. That might be more fun.
It'd be cool following that online also. Yeah.
But if you're what are you asking, like work wise or accomplishment wise? Like, what do I wanna?
Either, both, anything.
I think that's what I wanna do.
Have you been very big on traveling
Yeah.
since you were young? Yeah.
Not since I was young. I think I got to travel a lot. Like when we were young, like we're a good middle class family, but not the type where you can take all your bacche and go for vacations, right? My dad was in the forces and is तरह नहीं था. So I've been to I think मैं नतालिया के पास 2 दफ़ा गई हूँ before, but then with Faizan I traveled a lot. I traveled a lot with him. So I love it. I love it. And अभी भी everybody would say सारा travel कर लो बच्चे से पहले and this and that. But like abhi jo hai na, I went to London recently with just Adan and I, and it was so fun. It was so fun because
That's
I'll tell you why.
healthy.
Because my husband and I were lazy people, okay? हम शाम में उठते हैं और हम कहते हैं चलो, और मैंने लंदन सिर्फ रात में देखा हुआ था ठीक है, जो कुछ रात में होना है ना लंदन में या शाम में होना है वो मैं देख रही. अब मैं जलान के साथ गई, हम सुबह 8 बजे उठते थे, पूरा लंदन, एक एक म्यूजियम आई वेंट टू, एक एक पार्क आई वेंट टू, लाइक एक
You made the most of
I
every
made the
day.
most. It was so fun. It was so fun. Friend just came back and she was also like that's more to just like check it off the bucket list. But I do want to go to maybe Australia because Australia is beautiful. I'm just like the Australia. Okay, wait. I know. I want to go to Japan, and I want to go
Japan's
this
also
April
lovely.
in like the cherry blossom season. I don't know why I forgot, but yeah. I want to go to Japan, maybe Korea, and maybe is तरह की जगह. Yeah, I think
That'd be
Japan is
cool.
like
East Asia.
crazy.
It is. It is.
Crazy.
What is something that you wish more people knew about you?
Honestly, I think they know enough.
You're like, okay, setting a boundary there. Yeah.
Mariam, I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I don't really think about इस तरह की चीज़ें मेरे बारे में कौन क्या सोच रहा है. I don't really think about. I don't think it occupies my mind at all. I've
Because I guess now you have your own family and like in your world, which was really big because of like your
Yeah.
influencing. Now you do still post and you connect with your audience, but your immediate circle is your family very much.
Yes.
So
And I'm actually like a big homebody. And अभी भी जब कोई event होता है, कोई concert होता है, so you know we go out and like I told you, we chill at my house too. So all day I do घर की चीज़ें, and then my friends come over and we just, you know, we sit there, we rot there. And मैं अभी कभी चली भी जाती हूँ ना तो मेरे लिए एक reminder होता है कि oh my god, like I know people and people sometimes know me and I'm like, oh अच्छा. But you know, I'm chill with it. Like I think I don't really think about.
that's good.
Yeah.
No, I just because you said kid like people know me because just now when we were coming in from the elevator, immediately there were people. Can I please have a selfie? And you're so nice and gracious that you were saying yes
No,
to
they're
everyone. But I was
sweet.
thinking we do have to get upstairs. So
No, it's
yeah.
always very sweet meeting people. It's become more of a like I've always loved it and I've never really minded that. Lekin ab jab now that I have Zaidan is kind of where I have to rethink how I want to go about it. So I'm still kind of, that is a challenge now because he's just a baby and he
Yeah.
doesn't know कि उसकी माँ की वजह से उसको जो है, you know, these are my choices. These are I chose to post everything online and now you never think that इतना दूर का नहीं सोचा ना मैंने. But let's see, like I want to protect him a lot and initially that's why I wasn't kind of showing people him. But then the thing is, the problem is that because I just post my life, right? He is like mera attachment, especially at this phase of my life. I'm with him 24/7, and so to kind of not post him was harder for me उस time पे. फिर ये होता था कि मैं नहीं post करूँ या तो because वो हर वक्त मेरे साथ है, right? So maybe when he's a little bit older, मैं उसको थोड़ा सा I will try to make sure कि उसकी privacy does not get. अभी तो वो बस मेरा +1 है, so he has to.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are the things I am facing challenges with.
Finally, coming to, of course, your profession, how do you feel that the social media landscape has shifted in the last couple of years? Do you think it is easier now to be an influencer, or is it harder because of how competitive it's become?
I'm sure it's easier in some ways, it's harder in some ways. Obviously, it's very competitive. There's lots of people coming. So it's really about choosing which is why it's more important to build a family, right? It's very easy to be on social media. आपकी एक reel viral हो जाए, for example, 24 hours mein it's gone, right? Something else comes up, something else comes up. So it's always more about long term, how you kind of build your brand and build your name, which will stay. Which हम brands को समझाते रहते हैं यही बात कि देखो आज मेरी वीडियो वायरल होना से ना आपको फ़ायदा होना है ना मुझे फ़ायदा होना है. It's what message I'm giving long term, right? But in a lot of ways it's easier also because people are more forgiving
Do you think they are? Hasn't cancel culture got worse?
No, in the sense that बहुत ज़्यादा content है ना, तो कुछ नया आ जाएगा, कुछ और आ जाएगा. I do feel like people get away with more now compared to a few
Just
years
because
ago.
of how much there is. out
How
there.
much there is. अब आप कुछ भी बना दो, किसी भी तरह बना दो, people are happy, right?
It doesn't have to be fully
हाँ, वो
polished.
जो बीच में एक बहुत ही वो आ गया था ना curated सा time. I'm glad that is over. I'm glad it's more real people, real thing. Nobody cares किस angle से video थी, क्या था, you know.
And just like when we discussed AI, now people want to see the human element more.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually going to be more popular to be less filtered, less polished, to look like a real person,
Yeah.
sharing their real story in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Is there any closing advice that you would like to leave us
Babe,
with?
I have no advice.
Because
I
you
think
have
I've given
seen
enough.
so much and you have worked really hard.
Sweet, that is so sweet.
Like for somebody who's just starting off, for somebody who's a student, what would you say to them?
मैं कहूँगी कि तुम लोग लगे रहो. You guys are, we learned so much from you guys, honestly. When I meet Isha, Fizan's sister, she's way younger than us, but when I meet them, when I meet you guys, we learn from you, right? And so I think तुम लोग बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, genuinely, and I don't just say that. हमारे टाइम का ये था कि because different था, we were kind of paving the way because थोड़ा सा था ही नहीं, right? But you guys have a world and you guys are so good at it already. तो I think मैंने काफ़ी बोल लिया. I don't want to give any advice to you guys.
It was really enjoyable
Thank
and it
you.
was also productive.
Thank
and
you.
Inshallah, our audience will be benefited by our conversation
I hope so.
today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming because
Thank you.
I know how busy you are and like we all really appreciate that you took out the time.
Thank you so much, Meejan.
And
Thank you.
thank you to our audience for tuning in. This was Deep Dive by S38 Studios. Please like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.